deep concerns over the future of Dulwich Hamlet Football Club. The Bostik Premier Division leaders have launched an urgent fundraising appeal after Meadow Residential, which owns the ground, pulled its support amid a row over affordable housing with Southwark Council. Tom Cullen and Rav Anand are from the club's committee and explained more to me earlier.
It's a really difficult situation to explain in such a short amount of time. If anyone does want the details, Jack Pitbrook from The Independent's done an amazing job at covering the story, and you can find his thread on Twitter on our Twitter page. But it's basically left us at the stage now where we are being told that we can make the profit from a match day, but we're not being told what the costs are, which means we can't project how much money we're going to raise over the next couple of months, and obviously we have contracts that we need to fulfil for players, so that's why we've started fundraising essentially to try and cover some of that potential loss. Okay,
Rav, how crucial or critical is it then at this stage? Are we talking weeks without more money, or how far can we go?
In an ideal world, what we're fundraising for is to get through to the new year.
Okay.
We're confident that the reach that we've had so far with the fundraising is at a point now that if it can continue, we as a club will continue. I think the support that we've had is great, but we're very confident as a football committee and alongside with the supporters that we'll be okay.
Yeah, I mean, it is at the heart of it an affordable housing issue, and the company that owns the ground wants to build houses, but isn't happy with what Southwark Council wants in terms of the number of affordable houses. Is it annoying that is now affecting a club which has been around for, more than a century?
I think it's annoying, but speaking from a personal capacity, there shouldn't really be a question about putting affordable housing in London. It should just be the given. I don't know why, personally, that hasn't been brought up before, that the provision wasn't there originally. So I think you'll find that a lot of supporters find the frustration that there wasn't enough social housing put in the first place. That, I think, has been the big issue. And it has now threatened, the future of a club that's been around for 125 years.
What's it like in terms of the atmosphere in the changing rooms? How is it affecting the players?
I think rightfully it is affecting, isn't it, Rav?
I think it is. I think at the same time the manager's doing everything he can to ensure that the most important thing that they think about when they cross the white line is the 3 points. That is, from the football perspective, the most important thing. But you can't shy away from the situation that the club are in. And yeah, I'm convinced that the players are aware, but they're doing their utmost to ensure that we stay top of the table and focus solely on the football side of things.
Is this fundraising appeal a stopgap measure? Because ultimately you can't rely on the fans to bankroll the club forever.
Essentially it is, at this point, kind of a fail-safe for us. At the moment, as you say, we don't know how much money we can make on a match day. We will find out more over the next week. We have a home game on Tuesday, so we should be a little bit more clued up on what we can do. We don't think as a football club that we're unsustainable. We have record gates, we have a huge amount of support, so we feel that, sometimes, somewhere, there's some kind of miscommunication in terms of numbers. So we're confident that going forward we'll be able to make up that shortfall. It just so happens that this month we don't have many home games. The ones we do have are on Tuesdays, which always affects attendance. So it's the worst month this could have possibly happened for us.
Because that really affects you, doesn't it? Because you're not getting people through the gates at your gates, and so therefore you're not getting that revenue.
Cash flow is a massive issue at this level of football, so it's really hard to to manage, essentially.
I mean, it does, beg to ask the question that actually, when you've got so much money in football, that why at the lower down levels, the grassroots levels, and this is not grassroots, but do you know what I mean, why there isn't more financial support and help from those that are making a fortune?
It would be nice, but at the end of the day it's our problem and we'll try and fix it, I suppose.
Well, if people are watching and they are keen to be involved, what's the best way for them to do so?
Best thing to do, we've got a PayPal link, we've got a JustGiving page. If you can donate to those, that would be amazing. Importantly as well, come to a match day and actually see what it is, what we are all about as a club, because physically seeing something with your own eyes can just make you want to donate that little bit more, or just go that little bit of an extra mile. So come to the club, donate to the 12th Man Stand, donate to the Dulwich Hamlet Supporters Trust, and everything I'm sure will be okay.